still searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you.
All right, everybody out there in YouTube land, how are you? This is your T-shirted historian, and yeah, I think I managed to fit all of our panelists on the intro video, although not all of our panelists actually show up at a time. So, you know, on the rare occasion that we do actually have everybody show up, it's going to be quite an interesting day. But in the meantime, how about I introduce the panelists? All right, we're going to start off with Mr. Keith from Geek Time TV.
I'll give you the head. I'll give you the tail. I'll give you the whole damn thing. What's happening?
That is so awesome. And we have Mr. Grimm.
Hello.
So subdued. We have the wonderful Ash.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
It's going good, Ash. We have Mr. Jed.
Hey, everybody. Dude, that was an awesome picture, Frog Thor. It was freaking awesome.
You didn't send me a picture, so I'm like, okay, I got to improvise. So that's the first thing I saw.
I saw that. I was like, oh, yeah.
There you go. You're Frog Thor now. And Ironcaster.
It's a tough act to follow. Frog Thor.
Yeah.
Throg.
Throg. All right, let me rearrange everybody here. So there we go. Now we have like, you know, black and live, all, you know, alternated. It looks kind of cool.
Until one of us does this.
Yeah, don't do that. That's so cruel. All right. Let's see who's out there in the audience. Hey, good evening, Terry Wilkin. It's great to see you. Yeah, thank you for joining us so early. And Lord Thoth, it is great to see you too, you old abyss of knowledge. Who else we got? Squeaka. Squeaka, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I know. You want to be that stage chick shaking that ass? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like every time I add panelists and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I got to extend the video. And so I have to put in more cyberpunk, and then I have to put in more music, of course. So eventually, you know, if I get enough people who want to be on the show, it's like we'll be able to play the entire song, which is like a whole like 3 minutes and 30 seconds or something. So I don't know. If you're out there in YouTube land and you want to get on my show, hey, why not? Lots of people out there I would love to have on my show. And we're going to talk about Black Widow, but I have to get this off my chest. I definitely have a rant, and it is about YouTube land. I think Keith's already heard some of this, but I'm very pissed about this. As you may or may not know, quite recently, I think like last week or the week before, Brie Larson, wonderful Brie Larson, yes, decided that she was going to step away from her YouTube account to do other stuff. And this infuriates me to no small end because when she came to YouTube, she had a completely groomed channel with subs, with links to other YouTube content creators who were, I guess, vetted and everything and approved for her and for her show, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, she didn't earn those goddamn subs. Everybody fucking knows she didn't earn those. Mm-hmm. You don't just pop onto YouTube and suddenly get like a million hits and stuff like that. It doesn't happen. You know, unless, I don't know, you're displaying your strangely shaped genitals on YouTube or something. I don't know. That might get a million hits, maybe. I have no idea. I have no idea what gets a million hits on YouTube. If I knew that, I'd have a million hits on YouTube.
Naked yoga.
Okay, maybe so. Well, she did yoga at one point, and I think that was her most watched video, and she was pretty pissed about that, I'm sure. But the point is, like, okay, she came onto YouTube with a complete channel, and, you know, after a year, she's stepping away from it. And it really makes me angry. You know, I'm fighting like hell to try to get subs. Most of my friends are fighting like hell to get subs. I think outside of Grim, everybody else on this panel is pretty much like less than 500 subs.
Yeah, we're at 220.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, and we are always putting out content. We're always making links with other people, with other YouTubers especially. We're always trying to get our numbers up. We're always doing what we can to survive YouTube and its constantly changing algorithm.
Time for some yoga.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep doing yoga might actually get a 1K subs. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Everybody loves his guns, so
I don't think so.
he takes the shirt off.
He's like,
Guys, if I get 1,000 subs today, Keith will take his shirt off.
Who said that?
I said that.
Oh, you said that.
I said that. Well, I'd volunteer Grim, but he's already.
Yeah, Grim, come on.
Grim's like, nah, fuck you. I've got 4K subs. he doesn't need me.
It's more fuck you. I've got COVID. Wait.
There you go. Hey, we all do, buddy. We all do. Oh my god, my hands still hurt from mowing the lawn this morning. They're like all swollen up like sausages from gripping the bar. I hate mowing lawns.
How hard do you grip your lawnmower?
I don't know.
Right?
Pretty tight, I guess. Yep. It used to have a motor that would pull it when you pull the thing back, and that motor doesn't work anymore. So I'm literally forced to just grab the handle and just push like a motherfucker behind that thing and lean behind it to push it.
Do you wear gloves?
I do,
Hmm.
and it still doesn't work. I still get blistered through it and everything. It's like,
Wow.
Do you talk dirty to it when you grip it?
Yeah, it's mostly things like, "Come on, you motherfucker, move, you goddamn piece of shit, fucking."
I pushed mine down the hill last week because it wouldn't start. It ran out of gas and then it wouldn't start after that. So I kicked it.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, Grim, you don't have to mow your lawn over there in England, do you?
I haven't. I should have. I use the excuse that it's for the sake of the wildlife.
Ash, what about you? You're kind of a greener part of England, aren't you?
Yeah, because I live with my parents. My dad just likes to do it because he likes doing gardening stuff. So
Okay, yeah, that's my parents too. Squeaky, you love lawn mowing? Come on over. Come on, I'll hire you as a live-in lawnmower.
I don't
have
mind
fun
doing
with
it,
that.
especially when I listen to podcasts and stuff. But there are just some days where it sucks my life away. I just don't.
Squeaky, if you ever
have,
need, I'll mow your lawn. I mean, you could come mow my lawn.
We have an electric lawnmower, so we just.
I do
Hey.
need to cut the weeds at the front though, because the Amazon guy has to use a machete to cut through them.
But yeah, does anybody on our panel have any comments about Brie Larson? Because I'm serious. I'm so pissed. I'm just like beside myself. I'm so pissed.
Well, I know Jeremy's pissed because he put on all that time to get subs on her channel too. So
She's quitting on me.
I know Jeremy was extremely. He's like, I spent all that time to get subs on her channel, and she just ups and pisses off and leaves.
Well, what about you?
What, me?
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
I just make jokes about Brie because it annoys Matt all the time. So that's why I do it.
Ironcaster, what about you? I'm sorry, you were.
Oh,
Well, it does piss me off that she just ups and leaves like nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Iron, how do you do that? You know, it's like, are you throwing your voice to Jed?
sorry.
it's one of those secret talents of the beard, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have yet to learn that trick. I have a beard too, but evidently it's not a stick.
Sorry, Arian. I didn't mean to. Sorry, brother.
I
all right.
remember how funny that video was when Jeremy made a video bragging about the fact that she surpassed Geeks and Gamers.
I'm sure there was no money changing hands to make that happen.
Oh,
Well, Ash, any thoughts on this? Or
well, I have kind of an opposite take to some of you guys. I understand that she's leaving the platform because coming onto the YouTube platform, she was already an established actor. She did a headline MCU film, and then with the situation going on, she's trying to find other things to do, looking for other kind of work. So she would have come onto YouTube trying to test out the waters with YouTube. So a lot of the subscribers that she would have got straight off the bat, I would assume, are a lot of her fans from her acting work, people that genuinely liked her as an actress. So it is frustrating for those small content creators that are working from scratch. But if you look at it from a perspective of an established actor coming onto a platform, they're already going to have a fan base coming on. And the fact that she's leaving the platform, I'm guessing acting work has picked up for her. And then due to scheduling, she won't be able to make as many videos. Then again, we do have Jack Black, who is also creating content. I'm not sure if he's still currently creating content right now, but he's doing movie shoots in between. So I'm not sure whether Brie Larson wanted to do it just as a quick stint, dip in, test the waters, dip out. But that's the way I look at it, a pre-established fan base.
You're much more forgiving than I am. What the hell?
What is all that?
What me?
That wasn't me either. So,
Grim, you're smiling too much.
It wasn't me. No, I was just thinking while Ash was talking, right? So yeah, she has that established audience, that profile, so she didn't need the extra help from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, the smallest possible measurement in the universe is a plank length, and that's how much of a fuck I give about Brie Larson.
Well, I mean, okay. Here's the thing. You have 4K subs, but you've been on the platform for a long time, and it took you a while to get here. I mean, do you even remember how long it took you to get 1K subs?
No. I only really started pumping stuff onto my channel and taking it seriously around 2015, I guess. Getting to 1,000 was quite quick because I was putting stuff out at the height of Gamergate, and everyone was just subscribing and following anything and everything that was pro at the time. But then it's been a slow crawl to get to 4K.
I think the whole thing was to improve her image. She clearly didn't need it, and because she had people cutting her videos, she had people doing multicam switches on some of them. Like you said, all she had to do was basically show up and do something. And as her channel devolved, and yeah, I was on it a lot because I was always looking for something goofy to use in my opening videos. She could have done exactly what Ash said Jack Black is doing, right?
Just
like if she's on set somewhere, she can go and do a YouTube video about her morning routine or something. But so it's the fact that she just quit means that whatever they tried to accomplish, I think by fixing her image with people, either succeeded or failed in their eyes, and they don't need the channel anymore. That's my guess.
There was that kind of push to get celebrities to use the platform. So I think she was really part of that, but it doesn't seem to have stuck particularly.
No.
Yeah,
I saw over the. Failed. I'm sorry, Jed.
Oh, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, I was just going to say you saw over time her views were dropping drastically. I mean, so.
What I was going to say, I think she failed because I think they were like, well, we can't. We tried everything we could. Even a lot of those segments were super fake, and you could tell. Especially that place that she lived in. So.
Yeah, did anybody else think that apartment looked pretty Spartan?
Yeah, there was no pictures of her.
Yeah,
no pictures of anybody she knew. No pictures of friends. Like it didn't look lived in. It looked fake as hell.
Like
it's like like the apartment from Three's Company had more shit in it than Brie Larson's place.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed though? You see like these Comic Cons online and whatnot. All these producers and actors and they're every place they come from all look like that. So maybe they just all have no sense of they have no taste, no sense of style. They all live in these Spartan beige or white rooms. It's weird.
Yeah, but it's not even minimalist. It's just empty.
Yeah,
It's not like it's a style choice.
And speaking of Three's Company, here's my favorite homosexual, Gary.
Man, I'm so hungry for cock right now.
Well, we already know that, Gary. So.
That's lucky because I've got too much.
Grim will just whip some on over there for you, Gary.
Yeah, I've got plenty to spare.
Good God.
Oh my gosh, too much cock on here. You're gonna get Squeak all hot and bothered. Yeah, wait down. Disney testing the water. Her channel got ratioed. Yeah, I don't know why they used Brie Larson. I mean, if they'd used somebody who was just like a smidge more popular, like say Chris Pratt or Chris Evans, I bet.
Did you just say Ree Larson?
Ree. Yeah.
That is kind of the reaction she gets.
All right. Well, Gary, do you have any? You heard about the Brie Larson situation with her step away from YouTube, right?
No.
Okay, Brie Larson is stepping away from YouTube after a year or whatever, and having all the subs and everything else. And mostly, maybe I'm being salty and bitchy because the fact that somebody who didn't have to do a fucking thing to get a fully blown YouTube channel, got it in an instant. Whereas, I'm scraping by trying to just, get like a couple of subs a week and stuff.
And
I really don't want anything fully blown from her anyway.
You get fully blown something else. So
Full blown AIDS.
Hey, look, we got the monkey for it too.
Crabs or something else. Yeah.
Just on a personal note, Brie's acting notwithstanding, she's honestly, she's about like the most plain woman I've ever seen in Hollywood. I mean, if we were walking in a mall or something like that and I saw her, I wouldn't give her a second glance.
Oh, but you know who would? Matt would go right over there, bow down to her, and go, "My queen." Like,
okay, well, Matt clearly has a problem.
Yeah, I know he does. We talk about it every Friday night.
I'm sure he appreciates the advertising.
So she's like a 7, but a Matt 9, right?
There you go. All right. Well, do we have any other comments from the panel on this, or
just that I'll miss some of her like ridiculous videos that I was able to grab some. I mean, there are some head scratcher moments. You're like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh!
You gotta watch the ones where she's playing the guitar, and oh my god,
Incidentally, we did have another celebrity who actually got kicked off of YouTube forcibly. The wonderful Movie Bob actually got banned from YouTube after talking about Scarlett Johansson and what he'd like to do to her atop a mountain of butter.
Cinema Roberto is gone.
No, that was a joke post.
I don't think he really was.
It was a joke post.
Really? Because BBC News picked it up.
Look at the whole tag. It was
you got to read the whole tag on that.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
I had to tell 10 people it was satire. Yeah.
I felt for that one too, and then I saw an hour later they posted something about Shaun White opening a White Castle. Sean King, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I got. All right. Well,
I had to kill somebody.
Look, man, if you never heard of the Babylon Bee or the Onion, you'll read that and you go, "What the fuck? Oh, man." And people get upset the first time they ever get exposed to those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to watch. because I enjoy satire as far as fake news goes. I think it's hilarious.
Wake Down for me, I think the giant zucchini or whatever it was probably my favorite. But
That was a good one too.
That was only on OnlyFans, though, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I want to do a fake story that says Brie Larson likes anal, but nobody's offering.
Oh my god.
Oh, Wake Down! I'm not posting that comment.
That would do that.
Every time you're on, Jerry, it's a race to the bottom.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
And with that,
I hate when that happens.
don't you hate when that happens? You're
I
doing
do.
something and Fat Gerald shows up and whacks you
Right into the garage door.
right into the garage door. I'm sorry.
3 times last week. 3 times.
That's the only
I have-
thing from last
I have
week.
scars all over my head from growing up in Virginia because a lot of the houses in Fredericksburg, Virginia are colonial. And men weren't very tall during colonial times. And I'm like 6'3". And I have hit my head so many times going through door frames in those houses out there that I have scars all over the top of my head.
Well, guess what, Gary? According to Esh and Grimm, you're still a colonial, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yay!
I live in a village some of whose buildings go back to 1066 or before. And everyone,
they were tinier even then.
everyone's
Jeez.
a midget back then. So anytime I go into a cottage or anything, I'm not hugely tall, maybe 5'10" in heels, but my head scrapes the ceiling.
Oh, no, we don't. I don't think we have anything quite that old in America because if we had something that was from 1066, somebody's already torn it down and put up a mini mall or a convenience store.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most we have is 300 to 400 years old.
Yeah, at best.
Yeah.
The most I think out here in Phoenix is about 100. So
Oh shit! I'm surprised there's anything in Phoenix that's that old because
it's-
Arizona was one of the last states to get ratified, wasn't it?
historical downtown Phoenix, where they have all the houses and stuff, that's a saved spot. So most of the houses down there are saved. You can't
Some
tear
of the
those down.
buildings date back to the 1980s.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, oh my gosh, if the house is built in the 1940s, it's an antique. Oh my god, put it up for some historical preservation.
Well, there is some ancient stuff in the United States, but it was all built by the natives that lived here during that period. Phoenix has tons of stuff outside in the desert, the Pueblo, Indian homes that were built 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, Squeaky, she lives in hell and everything has AC. Yeah, no kidding. I feel you. All right. Well, our big news, our big topic this week is obviously Black Widow. There's a lot of little stories and stuff like that, but Black Widow is pretty much the big one because it's the first fucking Marvel film we've had since 2019. So I know it just blows the mind. Remember a
It must have
time?
been really, really good too.
Oh God!
Oh, don't get me started.
Guys, do you remember when we used to get like 3 Marvel movies a year? Gosh, remember?
Well, we're going to get 3 this year.
They're gonna be crap though.
I know.
Are you sure we're gonna get 3? I mean, it took them forever to get this one out, and this has been in the can forever.
Yeah, isn't Shang-Chi somewhere in like August and then the Eternals is November or something like that?
Oh, I hope so. I can't wait to make fun of those, but
Well, this one, there was only a couple of things that really bugged me about the film. Clearly, Taskmaster was completely, they screwed the pooch on that character.
oh yeah.
That was moronic at best. And look, I have no problem with strong females. I really don't. But there got to a point where it was like, you guys are really fucking forcing the girl power on this one. You're just pushing it to a point to where it seems ridiculous. Like, they didn't train any males? This guy only had female assassins. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's like even if you look for a fucking martial arts instructor here in the United States, try to find a female martial arts instructor. They're rare.
There are a few. Yeah. It's just, you don't see it very often. But just they pushed it, and it was still quite enjoyable. I sat here with the wife and kid, enjoyed the shit out of it. They were laughing and loving it. And the only thing that really caused me any great pain was Taskmaster. When they revealed that, I'm like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here! That doesn't even mean it. That character's gigantic. Stands over a foot taller than her.
Yeah, he's about the size of Captain America.
And then it was such a fizzle ending with that character. And I got to tell you, the whole Julia Louis-Dreyfus character is not funny. And I think she's hilarious. She's not funny in this. She wasn't funny in the TV series. What was it called? Winter Soldier and
Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Falcon and Winter Soldier. She's not funny. She's trying to be funny, and she's not funny in it, which is weird because she's fucking funny.
Well, I was going to start this out by saying this is going to be the spoiler-free discussion of the Black Widow, but
hey, I didn't say what the.
If you ask me one more stupid question, I'll tear your skin off.
If you hadn't said it was a spoiler, nobody would fucking know.
Yeah.
I didn't say what she fucking did or where she was, but now they know it's a fucking spoiler in there.
Yes.
Well played.
Well,
Yes.
let me just do the spoiler properly. She bangs her head on the desk.
Oh, so do I every day, though. It's not special.
No,
Yeah, some of the
that's
plot
how
twists.
she beats somebody. She bangs her head on a desk.
She had to sever a nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay.
Wait, what?
I remember.
Yeah, I've got 20 years medical. Okay, I guess it can work that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when I first started this before Gary came on. I was like, okay, none of y'all have seen this yet, have you? No. So I guess now we're all gonna have to see it. But I saw Az's review on it. He pretty much he already spoiled the entire film for me.
Yeah, the drinker wrecked it for me. So
Yeah.
Oh, I spoil Loki every night after I get done on every Wednesday night. So
is that what they
people are
call
like,
it, Ted?
Yeah. Well, people are like, "Fuck you! Why'd you spoil Loki?" I was like, "There's nothing to spoil. It's a bunch of filler and maybe 1% of anything good."
Tell us again how you foul that thing, Jed.
Loki, and I even said this next week. You know who is going to be the big bad guy? This is prediction. It's going to be another bloody Loki. That's going to be the big bad. It's not going to be Krang or Doctor Doom like everybody says. It's going to be a Loki from a different timeline, or it's going to be the Loki that's been going through things and he's gotten up to now, and this is where it's. You know what I'm saying? Timey-wimey bullshit. So,
well, okay. I'm going to take a look at numbers. Oh, go ahead.
I wish they would do a good version of Doctor Doom. He's like my favorite, and they've never gotten him right in a film
I'm
yet.
with you, Grim. I'm with you all the way on that.
I'm with you. Okay. Oh, look at that. Echo Base Network has just put up Palpatine cancels Order 66. Oh, isn't that funny? Okay. So I was reading earlier on Black Widow. Like I said, most of the people who have been to go see it, Pablo included, and Gary from Nerdrotic, they say that the number of people in the theaters watching the show with them were not high. And judging from the money it's brought in, I mean, it made 13 million its first night. It made 40 million yesterday. And the projection was supposed to be 140 million this weekend total.
That was what they're crossing their fingers for.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get it.
Dude,
No.
T-shirt, I've already talked to 10 to 15 people that have been to see it. Every single person except for one person said the theaters were practically empty.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And
It's
just
so
to
weird.
Yeah,
But
I've
it is
talked to,
available to
15
watch on Disney Plus.
15, sorry, Ash. 15 to 16 people. Yeah, so what they're going to do is they're going to use the Disney Plus numbers and go, hey, that's the reason why nobody's in the theaters. So.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe it's just that, it might be all right, but is it good enough to catch the plague?
That's true too.
What's
That's
weird
true.
is I've been looking on the AMC app for the one down the street near me, and almost every show is full
Yeah.
where I am.
Well, part of their problem is they are 6 years late on this movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They are.
They are.
And to put it into perspective, okay, guys, I did some digging on Forbes, and I found out what the domestic box office performance for every film was, and this is like including inflation and stuff like that. So I think the lowest scoring one was The Incredible Hulk with 134.8 million. And then right behind it is Captain America: First Avenger for 176.7 million. And Ant-Man for 180.2 million. And then Thor for 181 million. And it just goes up and up from there until you hit like Endgame, which is 858.4 million opening weekend. So
yeah, those Phase 1 movies were not big, huge hits.
no,
They made money, but they weren't not what the later films made. It didn't catch on to that first Avengers.
Yeah,
Well,
it's the team-up films that did the best.
Well, Iron Man made 318.6 million its opening weekend. Just by comparison, it's kind of what I'm saying. It's like it's not necessarily, you know, this, that, or the other. But I mean, yeah, I would agree that all of the, you know, the sequels made a shitload more money because by then the characters were already established. But still, it's like, yeah, 100 and now this is the funny thing. Back in 2020, Forbes had predicted that Black Widow was going to open with 270 million. I think their numbers are going to be way off. I don't know.
Oh, they're going to be way below this. And the worst part of this is internally who they're going to blame.
Men.
Because it's absolutely management's fault. This movie should have come out almost a decade ago. You know, because we've been familiar with her character since, what, 2008? That was the first Iron Man, right?
The second one, so 2010, I think it was, or 11.
Yeah, it's simply put, she's a character that fans immediately flocked to. They fucking loved her. She should have got a standalone film early on. But instead, they wait till now. And they're telling a story that took place between the previous film and Endgame.
Yeah, they should have had this film released way back, like right after Iron Man 2. That would have been when she was hot, and everybody would have wanted to have seen this.
Oh yeah.
Or she's still hot.
First
The fuck are
Avengers.
you talking about? She's way hot.
After the first Avengers,
property.
she kind of talked about in that movie where she had a red ledger and all this like dark past. You didn't really get that in Iron Man 2, but you got it in the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gary, a lot of people seem to say it's basically a retread of Winter Soldier.
I've heard that.
It kind of is. It really is.
A lot of the
It
same
is.
sort of beats and so on.
Beat-wise, it was... Because I'm watching it, and I'm like, wow, something seems really familiar about this. And it's not just the characters. It felt like this is... this is a character that's treading territory that we've already gone past.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bad when you're doing storytelling. And you know this better than I do, Grim, that you need to, if you've got an action adventure film, you have to feel your main character is in danger.
Yeah.
And if you already know that this is a prequel to something else, you know they're not in danger.
Yeah.
That was why I made fun of the prequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies with Leatherface. I'm like, well, he's not going to fucking die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, flashbacks or prequels, I think they work best between movies. So you got something going on with the character before, then you have a flashback to fill out their background or whatever, and then you move on to the next thing, informed by what you've learned about their past. So that tends to work better. Well, I was wondering, the reason I asked that is because do you think it would have gone down better if it came out before Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
I think it would have gone really well. This film absolutely should have taken place well before Endgame. This movie should have been out before that fucking movie.
Yeah. Instead, they
it's
rushed
just ridiculous.
out that Captain Marvel shit.
Yeah.
Garbage film in most ways. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the buddy film aspects of it. The scenes with Sam Jackson and Brie Larson. Brie Larson works off of him really well. And anything, he carries every fucking scene he's in, you know? But the minute we get to the farmhouse, it's fuck all. It's just dumb story, dumb plotting, just ridiculous shit. It's like, that is the single most wasteful film I've seen from Marvel, is the Captain Marvel film.
That was tough to sit through. It was brutal.
And that should have been Black Widow that came out.
Mm-hmm.
So don't tell me Feige doesn't have his head up his ass. He does, just as much as anybody.
I think you're right that if Black Widow was released before Captain America Winter Soldier, it would have really helped because she's such a vital part of that story. And if you had her backstory, you really knew who she was and where she came from, that would have helped a lot more, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Why Captain America didn't trust her, and because you're thinking, the normies are going, well, she's an Avenger. Why does he not trust her? Well, because he knows. But the normal audience, we know because we read the comics, but the normal audience doesn't know why he would have trouble trusting her.
Yeah. I think if I was gonna do a film for her, I wouldn't have gone so over the top. I think I'd have pared it back and done something more like La Femme Nikita, something like that. Bit more.
See, that's really what it worked. Get to see her doing what she did. I don't know. I just think that Kevin Feige, like I said, has his head up his ass just as much as anybody. And this movie is proof of it. It will fail. They'll make some money, and you'll hear the pro-idiot people going, oh, but it made a bunch of money. Like that somehow. When you do the comparative shopping thing, it won't. It won't compare to anything. And what's worse than that is internally, it's going to piss me off because they're going to say, see, that guy was right. We should never have done a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
And the guy I'm talking about is the previous dude that was against female standalone films.
Or they'll blame us because they've teed it up that way in a lot of the press, the Bechdel test, men are going to hate this thing and all that kind of stuff. They're going to that playbook.
Why they even go there? It's so pathetic when they do that shit. It really is.
Well,
it's like
they build a strong
look, man, I grew up on strong women. Alien, Terminator. I fucking love those things. The women in my life, I prefer a strong woman. Woman who won't take shit from me. I like that. I like a woman who'll go, shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up now. Now go, okay.
What I'm seeing
is
so
bullshit.
far,
It's such bullshit. The anti-feminist propaganda.
What I'm seeing so far.
Are you muted? Because I saw your mouth moving and no sound.
Me?
No, Ironcaster.
Oh,
am I not? Oh no!
Oh,
You're cutting out.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Well, one thing I've noticed after checking the numbers, I mean, I'm not a huge numbers guy. I hate to throw numbers at people all the time, but it's worth mentioning. Okay, the budget for this movie was $200 million.
Ooh.
And yeah, and the box office thus far is 61.9
globally.
Yeah.
You there?
Bean counters ain't gonna be happy at this one.
Hell no, because they have to make 3 times the amount that they spent on it in order to make their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do want to say something else. The only ending that would have helped make this film relevant at all would be a hint that she didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Or that she could be revived somehow. Like her family comes to rescue her. I thought that ending, that bonus scene was dumb. It was dumb. It was emotionally devoid of anything. Didn't connect with it at all. Didn't get all emotional with touching the tombstone. Fuck off.
Well, I am curious. This is kind of a more hot take for those of you who may not have known this. We know that recently there was a lot of stuff that came out that preempted this movie. With Scarlett Joe coming out and saying stuff like, her character is over sexualized and underappreciated, and women in cinema need this, and all this. I don't know if I want to say the word problematic, but all this very negative stuff on the eve of the release. How do you think any of this shit has affected this film negatively?
Oh, sure. Look, we know there's a plethora of fans out there that the minute you see the media saying something stupid about a movie, trying to politicize it, even if it's socially politicizing it, there's a number of people who won't fucking spend their money. Like, all right, fine, fuck you then. You don't get my money. And that's why I'm like, why did Disney not shut those people down?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's a lot of fucking stupid people in management right now that don't understand marketing.
I seriously think that a lot of these studios, when they have a film that's about to come out or that's close to release, the studio heads need to tell the whoever the actors are in it, they need to say, okay, look, I need you to suspend all your Twitter shit until this film comes out. I don't give a shit if you tweet anything from now till the time that film comes out. There's
We
gonna
will
be
kick your vagina or cock off.
Yeah.
We'll kick it off your body.
Well, I mean,
Threaten them. They don't understand. They don't understand. And T-shirt, but continue. I'm sorry.
yeah, they need to make them sign NDAs or something to basically just say, you know what, don't say a fucking thing until this film comes out. After it comes out and it's had like its first, 2 weeks in the box office, in the cinema, so we can see what the numbers are like and what our marketing looks like, then you can say whatever the fuck you want to. But for an actress to come out and shit all over the fans before the film comes out, or make controversial statements that where people are kind of going, I don't know if I really want to be a part of this. That negatively impacts the film, I think.
I kind
you
of
remember-
laughed at it. I'm like,
Before all this big hoopla, we saw it with Kick-Ass 2 and Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Oh, Grim,
But in her case, I mean, I think she's done playing the character. So
Well, she didn't really say anything. I want to point out that those are misquotes on her. She did say them, but she was referencing the media, not men. She was referencing the media in her criticism, and that article made it look like she was saying that about men. And that's just the press doing what they do.
that's the press doing, yeah, exactly. The
I'm
media-
sorry, Grim.
Yeah.
It's all right. There's a lot of us here, so it's easy to talk over each other. I think she's actually being kind of tactical about her career because this is the end of that character. So it's the last really sort of major public high-profile thing she's going to do for a while. So grabbing the publicity and knowing which way the social media wind is blowing and the things you have to say performatively. Plus, I think she's staring down 40, isn't she?
40,
So
I was just gonna. Yep.
she still looks good to me. But
She's a hot 40.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
when you stop getting these kind of leading lady roles. Yeah, it's not fair, it's not right, but
Nope.
it's just the fact of the matter. So by asserting herself in this way, she's setting herself up for more mature, more serious roles, I think. But she's done indie acting work. She's got acting chops. She's not just a great rack. There's plenty more going on there. She shouldn't have to do that. But to me, it feels like a kind of tactical career move.
Caster, what do you got to say about this?
Let's see if you can even hear me. Is
I can hear
anything-
you. That sounds
Yes.
great. That's the
Oh,
best
wow,
I've
I
heard you all
actually-
night.
Honestly, I can say just I was going to say earlier that it was toxic marketing. A lot of the articles in this that came out made me not want to see the movie. But yeah, the movie. I feel like I'm going to retread a lot of ground here. That they should have put this movie out 8 years ago. That it's too late now. And also, Grim had a good point there that she's trying to transition her career by effectively casting aside a lot of her previous work to try to elevate herself into a new tier of acting.
That's true. Esh?
Well, I haven't really got much to say about Black Widow because what's
I don't really watch those.
no. The thing is, what the main talking points have already been said, and I haven't seen the film yet. But bottom line, this film should have come out phase 1, early phase 2. That's it. There's nothing more to be said
Yep.
about it, because that's like Gary's already said earlier. That was when the publicity around her character was the highest, and this film, I think a lot of people probably aren't going to watch this film in cinemas, for one, because it's on Disney Plus, but in general because they know the outcome of the character.
Yeah.
So they're just like, so some people might just be like, okay, what's the point, since we already know the outcome from Endgame?
Well, it goes into that thing where we say, hey, I saw that movie, The Butler Did It. Great movie. Oh, they're doing a prequel? Why The Butler Did It?
Exactly. Why?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, everybody on this panel, how excited are you guys for the upcoming Marvel films? And we'll take them one at a time. Okay. Who's excited for Shang-Chi?
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing the fighting.
Yeah, me too.
That's about it. Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out if that's a gun or if that's just a dick. What was that, Keith?
Whatever you want it to be, Gary.
He's trying to make it vomit.
Yeah, he's like, it can be whatever you want it to be.
Baby,
Gary, can you stop gobbling cock for 5 seconds?
Look, you got a little something on your lip there, Gary.
Oh, sorry.
Wipe it off.
I usually get it on the T-shirt, but it's all over
What?
the mustache.
I'm shocked
You do
have
not
no
get it on me,
stains
sir.
Who's that T-shirt? I've read. Yeah. But I got to tell you, I agree with Keith on a lot of that.
Yeah.
White Keith.
We
Quiche.
just call it Geek Time, Keith.
And by the way, your
White
color
Keith.
looks much better on this with this camera. Did you change the camera?
I have a new computer with a different camera now. Yeah. So
Looks good.
Yes.
Oh, everything.
I think the only thing that would make your visage look better is without the T-shirt, because all the girls want to see. He's so
girls aren't
shy.
asking me.
You know
It's
what?
nice.
We should bring memes on, because memes can get the shirt off of anybody.
Oh, don't kid yourself. Six wants to see your abs and your pecs.
I want to
Oh,
see them too. I don't know where they are.
Look at you're making him turn red. Don't do that. Okay, well, I'm interested in seeing Shang-Chi. Being a martial artist, I want to see a martial arts film. So I hope it's got a good plot. I don't expect a whole bunch from it. I do think that the 10 Rings thing is kind of stupid because we the comic books fans we're already this is twice they're cheating the fans with the Mandarin. The first time was with Iron Man 3, obviously. This time they're like 10 arm rings instead of 10 actual finger rings.
Yeah, it just, to me, it looks like just one of those, you watch it on a Saturday, you rent it. It doesn't look like something that you go to the theater to see. Just looks like a standard stock martial arts movie to me.
Kinda, yeah. Except with big giant effects or special effects.
Yeah.
I do want to see a proper version of the Mandarin, because he's kind of up there with Doctor Doom in my favorites. The arm rings thing doesn't bother me. I'm not as into fingering as T-shirt, obviously.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I think that because they realized their fuck up and made it clear that he was not the actual Mandarin, that the Mandarin still exists out there.
Yeah,
And
pissed
so
everyone off.
oh geez, dude, really? Yeah. That was really the first time I'd seen the internet lose its fucking mind over something like that. It was like, oh shit. I thought Marvel could do no wrong. Whoops.
Oops.
Ben Kingsley's brilliant, but
Yes.
don't do that.
I burst out laughing in the theater when that happened, but I was still waiting for the actual Mandarin to show up.
Same.
I laughed when they had that little short and they killed him off.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yep, and they teased you like for the last 8 years about, oh, don't worry,
I
there
forgot,
might be
how
a
did
Mandarin.
they kill him? How did they kill him in the video? I can't remember.
I don't think they killed him. It just kind of faded to black.
They kidnapped him, I think.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
It was either killed or they kidnapped him, but he's gone. He's not coming back.
Yeah, he's not the Mandarin. He never was.
Yeah.
And he died. You know, look, Kevin Feige is a good backseat director on a lot of this stuff, and he backseat directs everything. He is absolutely like George Lucas was behind everything that he produced. Even if he didn't direct the Star Wars, he still kind of directed it. Because he's a backseat director. And that's what Feige's doing. And clearly, Feige is either, like I said, got his head up his ass or he shit the bed numerous times during the move of Marvel.
I know what to do with my movies.
Now, one thing that does kind of, I don't know, maybe throw a little crimp in me a little bit, but you know, we've had all this recent stuff with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Tarantino doing the Bruce Lee thing, and you know, his daughter coming out and being kind of pissed about that.
That was based loosely on something that actually happened, but I do think that he could have handled it with a little more decorum.
I've never heard of that happening at all, but anyway.
There's a real judo master, stunt coordinator, Gene LaBelle, who took fucking Bruce Lee down. But it's been said numerous times, ain't nobody gonna beat that guy's ass. LaBelle was just a fucking tough dude. Anything that anybody threw at him, he would fucking either take it or block it.
Well,
he was just a beast.
I only ever heard of him taking out Steven Seagal, but
no, go back. Yeah, he put him into sleeper hold, made him shit his pants. But go back and look it up. There's the whole story is out there, and in fact, Joe Rogan talked about it. What Gene LaBelle did.
I don't
what
watch
the
Joe Rogan.
Fuck?
No.
Why not? That guy's great.
I got better things to do with my life than watch Joe Rogan. I'd rather watch Snow Dubs.
That's the way you're like telling people not to watch your show.
Yeah.
Don't go with that attitude. Always be proactive, man. Joe Rogan's got a lot to offer, and especially when it comes to martial arts and fighting. And he's got a great story on Gene LaBelle. He knew Gene LaBelle.
He's still alive, as far as I know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
He's still alive, as far as I know.
I just know of him.
But to get to my actual point, thank you for the fucking segue that we didn't need. But I kind of wish when they had done this Shang-Chi film that they had actually consulted with, with Shannon Lee, I think that's her name, to ask them who she thinks would have been a good portrayal for that. Because, I mean, when we saw the first Shang-Chi comics, it was fucking Bruce Lee in a bandana.
Oh, yeah.
It was obviously Bruce Lee. Yeah.
The guy in the Warriors series?
Yeah, Warrior.
He has his Bruce Lee down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got a great mix of using actual Bruce Lee moves and gestures that just blew my mind. I love that show.
Yeah, I love Warrior. And I've told people too, I said, if you didn't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, first off, remember, it's fictional. It's completely 100% fictional in every single way, shape, and form. Everything, all the events in it, everything, it's all fictional. It's all just Quentin Tarantino having a good time. Just watch the film, enjoy it. Don't fucking take it too seriously. But if you do want to honor Bruce Lee, watch Warrior. It's endorsed by the Bruce Lee Foundation, and it's really good. I think, in my opinion, it's kind of like what Kung Fu should have been had he been in it.
Do you think Shang-Chi is kind of a knee-jerk reaction to all that backlash there was over Iron Fist?
I wondered about that. I might say that might be the case. It could be Marvel just trying to get more representation by having characters from the Marvel universe who are obviously not white guys or anything. So maybe they said, okay, well, we need a character to appeal to Asians. So let's look in Marvel's catalog and, oh, look, here's Shang-Chi. Perfect one right there. And then they could also fix the Mandarin fiasco. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but classically the Mandarin is kind of that racist Fu Manchu yellow peril
And there's no Fu Manchu in this either, which is canonically accurate.
It's just weird.
Well,
They tried not to piss off China, and in the process, pissed off China.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They-
China
true.
told them to go stick it.
I would make, if I were Feige, I'd have made 2 versions of this film, one without Fu Manchu and one with Fu Manchu. And if China said "fuck you," then I'd be like, okay, fine, fuck you.
Well,
Here we go, Fu Manchu
I
back in the
think-
film.
I think the main problem with a lot of the characters like Charlie Chan and Fu Manchu was the fact that it was always cast a white dude in makeup. And I think that if it had cast actual Chinese actors in these roles, we wouldn't have seen the controversy that we see today. That was the biggest problem with those characters, because Charlie Chan was actually a proactive, positive character, strong role model.
We've got to get Christopher Lee.
What? I think he kind of stink on stage today.
He was my favorite Fu Manchu growing up. There was no question. But I think it was mishandled. I think it was dumb to do that.
James Hong's still alive, isn't he? We can get him to do
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Everything.
He'd be
Fucking
well.
put James Hong.
In many ways, when he was in Big Trouble in Little China, he was kind of Fu Manchu.
He really was. He really was. That is true. He was very much that character. Ash.
David Lopan.
Now, you see, this shit really pisses me off.
Greatest fucking line in that movie, in my opinion.
Shut up, Mr. Burton. You are not put on this earth to get it.
If my math is right, he's 92. James
Ooh,
Hong.
Right.
Yeah.
Digitally clone him now.
yes.
Right.
When the cinema loses him, we are going to be bereft of a talent of unimaginable, greatness. Honestly,
Yeah. That will be the 7th seal, which will bring about the end of the world as we know it.
And he's
probably
actually in,
so.
he's in 2 things that are in post right now, so he's still working.
Yeah, he is. I have a confession. I watched Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves simply for the James Hong cameo. Because he stole
Not
that
the
whole
John
show.
Cleese cameo.
The John Cleese cameo was good too. The John Cleese cameo was very, very good. But James Hong stole that fucking movie with the short, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes of dialogue that he had about how much he loved the Earth people, having lived amongst them and everything. So, I don't know. I mean, I literally, I
It's
was
not
in
a great
tears watching
film,
it.
but it was an enjoyable film. There were
Yeah.
great moments in it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the original. As good a story.
Ash, you've been real quiet about this. What do you think?
Well, I just want to watch it.
I'm not
because
saying it.
well, it's not even out yet, so how can I see it? No, it's MCU, so of course I want to watch it. But then again, as I've said on the channel before, I've grown up with the MCU, so going forward, I want to watch it, and it does seem like an MCU attempt at a standard Chinese fight film. It from trailers and stuff, it looks okay. Don't think same with Black Widow as well. I don't think I'm going to be rushing to see it out the cinema, but I still definitely want to watch it. And seeing it as, and when I look at films, I look at them for 2 aspects. One is as a standalone in the genre, as a standalone film in its respective genre, and 2 as part of its universe as a whole. So with Black Widow, I'd look at it and say, is it a good action film as itself? And then I look at it as, how would it be? Is it good connected to the MCU? I'd do the same with Shang-Chi. Is it a good fight film in itself? And then is it good connected to the MCU? So if it's a brand new character, I'd be looking at it as a normie, because I haven't read all the original comics. I don't know these characters' backstories inside and out. But I'd be looking at as a geek in terms of MCU connection. It's the same case for all the other Phase 4 films going forward, and loads of films in general. I don't think there is a film I genuinely hate, because if it's got a bad story, it's got good CGI or good acting or good set pieces, or it's a good action flick, a good sci-fi flick, a good horror flick, whatever it is. So that's sort of my take on this and everything else going forward.
Oh, Ash, that's why I like having you on the panel, man. You have such bright eyes that you look at everything with. And it feels
I'm
nice to know that there's still
disgustingly
hope in the
optimistic about everything.
world. Well, that's okay.
Get off my lawn.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
I say that a lot.
My
It's like,
gosh.
you need to be more mean, Edge. Come on, I am tired.
I don't like
No,
being
come on.
mean.
no, I
Unleash
prefer
the
Esh
beast.
this way. I prefer Esh untainted by the the grimness of the world because
Okay,
it's
there is
Hey.
one thing I do.
the
there's
other
one-
grimness, not you.
there is one thing I that's recently come out I do genuinely hate,
Uh-oh.
and that is Star Trek Discovery season 3. There was an episode called Unification 3, and I genuinely hate that episode because that like tread over everything that was Leonard Nimoy Spock. That is the only episode I genuinely hate.
Now you understand how we feel watching Picard.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, the thing is, I watched all of TNG before Picard even came out. I watched all the original shows, and except for Deep Space Nine, I've yet to watch that. But I watched like the first episode of Picard, and I was just like, "This is so boring." Yeah, it's got a few cool sci-fi bits, and I just didn't watch the rest. But I think I need to watch the rest because, like, before watching Discovery season 3, I was like, "Oh, it's going to be shit, this, that, and the other." And I watched Discovery season 3, and I mildly enjoyed it. That's just me personally. For the most part, it was really down to the set pieces and the CGI, and because I'm a sucker for CGI. I'm part of the generation where I've just been spoiled with CGI from the get-go in my childhood. So from that aspect, there's a few story points I did enjoy, but not to derail the conversation too much into Star Trek. But yeah, that's like I try not to hate, but that was the one thing I do hate.
Oh, surprising. Iron?
Why not? I watched Star Trek Discovery, and I have to ask, why?
Because when Discovery season 1 first came out, I was really excited to watch it because it was the first show that I could watch as I can say that's my Star Trek growing up, because everyone else, loads of other people grew up watching all the other shows, and I could say this was the show, this is the one Star Trek show I grew up watching. My feelings aside, that's I do mildly enjoy Star Trek Discovery because there are characters I don't like. There are characters that I feel are written poorly, the bad dialogue, stupid story decisions. But for the most part, I love the CGI. I love this design of the USS Discovery. I love the ship. I love what it can do because I look at it from. It's a cool concept of what they've done with that ship in the show. Then again, you can look at it and say, what the hell, they're powering the ship on shrooms, what they're playing at. But it's an interesting conversation as it is. But I know loads of people hate the show. It's a dying show. It's I don't know if you guys seen Doomcock's latest video. There's rumors. This is just rumors, by the way. There's rumors they're canceling season 5 because of the such poor ratings.
Thank God.
But then again, that's fine, Lord Thoth.
I
but
know,
the thing
right?
the way I have a very extremely polarizing opinion on Star Trek and Star Wars. It's gonna irk a lot of people, but I'm at a point where you know what, I'm just gonna say it because who cares? Star Trek Discovery to me is as much as Star Trek as the original series because it is Star Trek. It's not because
Mike
of
gonna disown you now. You know that.
well, he can disown me. It's because CBS bought the property Star Trek. They're the ones that decided to put the writers they have, the directors they have, and it's not the fault of Star Trek itself. So yes, they wanted to do something new, but they need but they screwed the pooch on it. So the way I look at it, whether you love something or hate something, there's always going to be something that everyone hates. There's going to be something that everyone loves. And Star Trek Discovery, for the most part, everyone hates. But for me, the way I look at it, bottom line, it's still Star Trek.
Well, all right, and I mean that's awesome.
Same goes for Star Wars.
Yeah.
I view the sequel trilogy just as much as Star Wars as the original trilogy is, and the prequels. To me, there's 11 films, Star Wars films, and that's going to irk a lot of people. But I'm at a point where I'm just, I can't keep my opinions enclosed anymore, so I'm just going to let it out.
I mean,
I'll be honest, man. It doesn't irk me. I don't think it irks any of us. I mean, it's like that's the thing about the fans and the fandom menace and all these other groups like us. We don't hate people for liking this stuff. We just hate that it's being produced and created almost exclusively to
By
shit
people.
on everything we like.
Yep.
yeah, I'm just giving you some. I'm just ribbing you a bit.
Yeah.
No, I'll flat out say it. Look, man, I've got a lot of friends who have shit taste in TV and movies. We're not going to hold it against you that you got shitty taste.
That's fine. If you think I've got a shitty, that's your opinion. I've completely
No, because I will technically take you down with that. I will break down what makes them bad, and I will do it through technical writing as well as proper storytelling and structure. But this show can't last that long.
No.
And we're already an hour 8 into it, and that would be something for another day. But yeah, I've already taken people on, and they've unfriended me because they didn't like the fact that I broke it down for them. And it's like, well, I've got shit taste in music, fuck you. And I'm like, yep, there you go.
Well,
It's okay.
There's
Even
people
I
out there.
I like the Ewok movies, so
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Even if you did break it down
And
for me,
I suspected you were mildly retarded.
Be nice.
even if you did break it down for me, and even I
You
did
won't
see
agree with
it's-
me. You won't agree with me. It doesn't matter, Ash. I
There will
understand.
be points I won't agree with you, and there will be points I do agree with you. But what I'm saying is, even if I completely hate it and it's complete sacrilege to the entire universe as a whole, the way I look at it, it's the unfortunate fact of the matter for most people is it's still Star Trek because it's the property. It might not be.
You can
it's
say
Star
that all
Trek
you
in
want to,
some
but the
people-
fact is it's not canon. It
Nope.
doesn't follow canon.
And it
You can
totally
say that
breaks
it's Star
it.
Trek, but
Yeah.
it's Star Trek by name only. There is a required relationship for it to happen. The last actual canonical Star Trek was Enterprise. Good or bad, and I enjoyed it for what it was worth. It just really wasn't always very good. It was canonical. The minute you take that out of the picture, it's not. It's only related through name.
Oh, well, guys, I
And
didn't mean to
since
start an
the JJ
argument here.
Well, there's
I
also
wouldn't
the
argue.
fact they have to make things legally different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25%.
But
You know.
we
It's a discussion. It's not an
yeah.
argument.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
a discussion.
We're
All
not.
right.
Yeah.
As long as it's
Fuck you.
as long as everybody's being nice to each other, I'm okay with it. Yeah, we start slinging
I love
around,
that.
F
I
bombs at
fucking
each
love
other,
that guy.
personal insults, then we got problems. But okay, and we didn't get to this one, but the last film of this year by Marvel is going to be the Eternals.
Woke Fest 2021.
To me, that's like really bad porn. To where
Yeah,
right at the point you're about to achieve, they cut, and that's the kind of movie that this is.
I
me.
believe the technical term for that is the vinegar strokes. Okay.
Yeah.
Or some.
You are indeed correct, sir.
And they're totally disrespecting Kirby, too. So,
Oh my
Well,
god, that whole idea
pink
for this
guy
movie
that eats
shits all over him.
yeah.
What's that, Grim?
Said what? The pink guy that eats everything.
The green guy eats everything.
Yeah,
Wish I had
and
a puppet for
I think Thoth actually does say it's like, yeah, classic fans are going to hate it, new fans are going to like it. That's fine, and yeah, and I think that's honestly
Yeah.
how we all feel about the new stuff versus the old stuff. I mean, there's people who really like, the Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, And then there's like all the other fans who've been watching it all these years, and they're just like with their jaw hanging open, going, "What in the absolute fuck happened to my show?" But
Yeah.
Well, when the films and shows tank, proof is in the pudding.
mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's all I got to say.
my honest hope, and I said it again, so let me be honest. Let me I try to be a little bit upbeat on my show, so.
I can't give up hope, that's all. That's all I have.
Yeah, my hope
And his
is
next
all I
statement
have.
is next time use lubricant.
No, that I have to have hope that
Yeah.
despite whatever garbage we may be seeing right now, it's got to get better. Maybe the franchises have to tank and just completely crash and be.
Well, that's exactly what's
groundless.
got to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
and it's surprising at how much money they keep sinking into these things, despite not making money. They're losing money.
It's
'Cause they
hubris.
keep-
It's hubris. They think they can put their sticker on it and it's going to sell no matter what.
Either
Oh my
that
God,
or
that is a really good. Thank you for using that word.
hubris.
Yeah.
Grim, do you guys say that
Thanks,
with the H?
Hubris.
Hubris. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard some people say hubris.
like a posh boy having his foreskin cut off.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Oh my God, Grim, thank you.
all right.
Awesome,
All right. Kind of on a serious note, those of you who in the community out there who are not aware of this, Mr. Gary recently lost he lost everything. He lost everything. His
Yeah.
Including his
collections of-
mind.
his art and all the other things that he was working on are all gone. They had a fire, and poor guy is having to kind of rebuild with nothing.
And yet I'm staying zen.
Yeah, he's staying zen about it. So I am going to post up in the chat. This is a link to Gary's GoFundMe.
My buddy, our buddy, Fat Steven, started the campaign, and I deeply appreciate it. He put it at $5,000. I said, look, man, whatever I get is going to help us. Because I got to rebuild everything. And my biggest fear is the loss of all my artwork. And I don't even know at this point. The stupidest thing I've done in my life is really, it's not all my divorces or marriages, I should say. It's not putting all my digital art in the cloud. I just never imagined this happening because I keep such close tabs on my equipment, and, we moved over here to this house. This is where we were living. This house closes next week, and so we got to vacate on Monday. But we've been staying here because the other place burned down. And I lost my all my studio equipment, all my art, all the stuff that I printed to my knowledge is gone. I can't go into the house. I'm not allowed over there right now because the insurance adjusters, I think that's what they're called, they got it on complete lockdown. And I'm hoping they're going to free my shit up Monday because that's when I can find out if at least my hard drive survived.
Yeah, well, I really hope that they can salvage the data off that stuff, man, because I can't imagine how devastating that would be just to lose everything.
I don't even care if they saw all my porn.
Well, okay.
Just donated to you.
So yeah, I mean, we're a YouTube community. Everybody does kind of help each other out. If you've got the spare change,
Share. If you can afford some change, go ahead. But I'm just telling you, whatever we get, we get. I'm not like I'm not gonna be all competitive. Total amount. No, I don't really. It's like if anybody gives me anything, I'm shocked. It's already close to 400 right now in one day.
Wow, doing well then. But yeah, that's one thing I do like about the YouTube community, or at least our little corner of the YouTube community, the geekdom and everything else, is that we do kind of reach out and help each other.
We have great people that watch our shows and interact with us on Twitter and Facebook. Amazing people.
And Gary, I know for a fact, Rebecca, who is not in the chat, but she was the very first person to contact me when she heard the news, and she was like, "How can I help Gare Bear?" So,
Well, I asked for sex and she said no. And
she's got 3 guys to take care of that for her already. Gary,
Yeah.
you're kind of competing
yes,
with
and
younger men.
that takes all the pressure off me. No, I'm just kidding. I love Rebecca. She's such a sweetheart. Yeah, she contributed already, and I sent her a personal message about it, which she did. And I only accepted it because she is back in business.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do need to get her back on the show at some point so we can see how she's doing now.
We got to figure out her connection, though, because she's had so many internet problems every time she tries to join us.
Even times when she was on our show, when we were doing a show for her, she would go in and out, in and out, in and out.
So we've got to. I want to get a hold of her and help her set up an actual spot to shoot from, and maybe start focusing on some shows about her tattoo parlor.
Yeah,
show some
I've been wanting to do
tattoos
that for a
being
while.
made. Oh yeah,
I've been wanting to do that for a while. But hey, plans are plans, man. We're gonna do what we can do. All right, so let me just wrap things up and let everybody pimp their channels and stuff. Start with you, Mr. Keith. There you go.
Oh, geez, I'm full screen.
You're full screen.
I'm going shocking. That's what I'm doing. No. Geek Time TV. We are doing a lot of who knows what. I'm actually going to be going on a little hiatus for about 3 weeks starting Monday because I'm going to be a full-time dad for 3 weeks, and I can't wait because it's been a long time since my daughter was here.
Wow.
So,
that's awesome.
Great. Yep. So she gets all my attention, but we will be posting little videos, but we won't be streaming in that time frame. So thanks to everybody who's been watching and supporting us, and we'll see you in August.
All right.
Hey, I hope you invite me over there. I'd love to get on your channel.
I invited you the other night.
Yeah, but I didn't want to go the other night. No, I had
It's convenient.
I was dealing with the fire situation. I couldn't make it.
Was that the same night, Gary?
I think it was.
Oh, geez. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and next up is Mr. Grimm.
Hang on. I'm donating to Gary. Talk to someone else first.
Oh, are you giving me your dick?
Yes.
It's a dick donation.
As much as you can take.
Well, Mr. Esch, you definitely gave us a really good talk here at the end, and I appreciate your contributions as always. Let me say.
Oh, but
And you know I love you, Esch.
I'll be waiting. I'll be at the house, and there'll be a whole line of fans waiting to punch me in the face.
No.
No. Well, I'm actually I've got my own personal channel, Ash Sing. I'm also, but at the moment I frequent everyone else's channels. Starting canonically for the week on Tuesdays in the evenings, I panel with Amanda Gillen Presents over on Twitch. On Thursdays is the Global Geek Gang. On Fridays, I play Minecraft with Explorer the Multiverse. On Saturdays, it's T-Shirt Historian on this show now. And Sundays is Popculture Archivist show, the regular Sunday show. And then I'll be playing Fortnite every now and then with Fat Steve and Explorer the Multiverse on their channels. I'm on Pablo's channel at some point. I don't know where his shows are going to start back up again. And also I'm part of the Pop Culture Minefield crew. So I'll be making an appearance on some of their...
on our TGIF, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed
Gotta get you on there.
Friday's episode. But,
That's okay, buddy. I know you got shit going on, but I really do want you to be a part of the team.
I appreciate that. But yeah. And I'll just be about the fandom here, there, and everywhere.
We appreciate you, man. All right, Mr. Jed.
Well,
Shut up, Jed.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you're GoFundMe, but you can go fuck yourself now. So.
I'm always screwing myself. Damn it.
That's a completely different site.
Yeah. But yeah.
Coming soon, the OnlyFans.
I will say this: everybody, try to go help Gary out. Yeah, because he's helped a lot of this in the community and everything else. So I will be pinning it on my Twitter page in a bit too. So if you can't find it here, go to my Twitter page and everything else. On what was it? I my schedule changes somewhat. So Tuesdays on what is it? What do I do? I do something on Tuesday. What is it?
You're everywhere,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, I'm everywhere. Like, and I'm even showing up with culture and comics on Thursday nights some nights now. So but I'm everywhere. Just turn on the T. Sometimes you find me. So and go to Gary's GoFundMe, please, because he helps all of us. So.
All right, and next up we have Mr. Ironcaster.
Hey, it's that guy. I'm, of course, Ironcaster. I sometimes talk about big robots. I think tonight I'll be doing a little bit of live streaming. Not quite sure what we're going to do yet, so we'll figure this out. I'm open to some suggestions there. I have a show on Tuesdays where I talk about the original 1979 anime Mobile Suit Gundam.
Good series.
Oh, yes.
It was, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, your breakdown of it is good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and hey, I put together a little slideshow going through it, and one of these days I might get that under 100 images from the episode, but apparently it's not that day. But yeah, it is a lot of fun to go through that show. I'm also sometimes over with Nick Weiser, the 32 flavors of Nick Weiser, which maybe we'll figure out what those flavors are one day.
Yeah, it was fun getting
But
on
again-
there. I look forward to joining you guys again. That was fun.
Are you
I'm
gonna come
happy
to
I was able to
Lethal
put that
Weapon?
together for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon is just Tuesday, so.
Yep, and it's Gary. We blew up his big balloon head.
Hey guys, I'm Gary from Popculture Minefield. Of course, you're familiar with that because if you watch this show, T-shirt's part of that. And Jesus Christ, I'm like, I cannot stand looking at my head. So basically, we have a channel. It's called Popculture Minefield, where we talk on. Right now, we're doing Fridays, but we're going to start doing more shows once I get grounded, because I don't even know where we're going to live for the next week. We got to be out of this house on Monday, and but once I get grounded, we're going to have shows on Monday and on Friday and Saturday, 3 shows a week. And of course, you'll see our regular repertoire of people. And of course, T-shirt is part of Pop Culture Minefield, so he'll be there.
Oh yeah.
And that's about it. Fuck the GoFundMe. Whatever we make off that is, to me, it helps me recover the loss. But the biggest loss for me is going to be if I can't get that artwork back. I'm going to have to redraw all of it, and that's thousands of fucking hours of work. Thousands. You're talking about close to about 800 pages of graphic novels and comics unpublished that I have.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
yay!
Yay. All
Love you
right.
guys.
All right, Grim, you're back on.
Yes, I finally managed to wrestle the GoFundMe into accepting my debit card. So, all right. So,
Holy
I'm
shit!
Grim.
Thanks for that, Grim.
You're very welcome. I've had things go tits up before and lost like months of work, so I very much feel your pain. So,
Thanks, buddy.
but I mostly make role-playing games. I occasionally write stories as well. Most of the stuff that I make or that I facilitate being sold by other people, you can get at post-mort.com, and there's links off that to just about everything else that I do. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/postmortemvideo. So if you want to see me waffle about stuff, sometimes politics, sometimes games, sometimes social commentary. Today's video was about how what was a conventional lifestyle in the 1950s is now a kink. So that may tickle your fancy.
That was a good episode, I have to admit. I watched it just before we came on.
Cool.
All right. And, of course, last and not least is me, Mr. T-Shirt Historian, the T-Shirt Historian. Hey. All right. Well, you're watching my channel, so obviously you know where to look. But I'm here on Saturdays at 4 p.m. currently. It's a little bit of a change from our 6 o'clock show. I don't know. I may just stay out 4 p.m. I kind of like it because it's a little bit earlier in the day. I'm sure Grim and Ash appreciate it, and I don't know, it kind of works for me. But you can catch me here at 4 p.m. on Saturdays, and when we get going on Mondays on Pop Culture Minefield, I'll be there.
Well, once I get my regular internet, we'll get you back to 6 o'clock
Cool.
on Saturdays.
Okay. On Tuesday mornings, I do Dungeons and Discussions with Grim in the morning at 9 a.m. And also, that's usually the day that Paulie over at Latino Slant premieres one of my new 10-minute Mayans videos, where I've been reviewing every episode of the Mayans MC TV series.
Can you show them the new logo?
Yeah, I can. Let me find it.
I just designed the new logo for t-shirt show or a little video.
It's moving up. It's coming in kind of slow. I apologize. There we go. And
That's because my work is retarded.
nah, I think it has more to do with my slow ass computer. But there we go. So yeah, that's going to be the new logo for my show, and thank you very much, Gary, for creating that.
Of course, buddy.
And he did it quickly too. But yeah, that's my new series. I've got 3 seasons of Mayans to go through, and we've only done 1 episode, so we have a long ways to go. I hope you guys will stay locked in with me while I break it all down. They premiere on Latino Slant's channel, and then they'll move to my channel after a few weeks. So if you miss it one place, you can catch it at the other. Other than that,
it's like herpes.
Other than that, look who we get here at the very end as we're leaving. We get Pablo. Hi, Pablo.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, Pablo.
Pablo.
¿Qué tal, mi amigo?
Hi, Pablo.
¿Cómo va? Oh, life got in the way.
I understand,
had
buddy.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, I'm around here now.
Well, we're ending now, so maybe
Grow
catch
your
us
channel
earlier next week. Yeah.
Damn it.
All right. Well, you guys make sure and stay tuned into the outro/intro because I featured everybody, including you, Pablo, who never sent me a picture. So until next week.
Can I ask you something, T-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Or just say something? Hopefully, if I have we have a place with internet, I will launch our new show, which T-shirt will be a part of, which is Pop Culture Minefield and Friends Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Dude,
So I'm really looking forward to us launching that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure some of us on this panel are probably invited. Maybe. I don't know. I can't speak for Gary. So.
Everybody except for poor Grim, because he'll be asleep.
Yeah. Also, I'm a dick.
And with that, we'll end the show. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Inside this cow. searching for you.